Hey, everybody, and welcome to this deep dive where sometimes we can be our own worst enemies, right?
Mm,
Like that voice in your head that tells you you can't do it or you're not good enough.
absolutely.
So today we are tackling self-doubt
Yeah.
head on
Love it.
with some seriously practical tips that you can put into practice today to really boost that confidence.
Yeah. I'm excited to dig into these.
Me too. So we're going to be drawing from, a variety of sources today,
Okay.
but they all had a really good theme in common about how to kind of quiet that inner critic and really step into your power.
Yeah. And it's something everyone deals with, right?
Oh, sad universal.
Yeah. Nobody is immune to this.
Nope.
And it can really hold you back.
It can be paralyzing.
Yeah, for sure. So let's dive right in with tip number one.
Let's do it. This one is all about confronting those negative thoughts head on.
Okay.
You know, those ones that tell you you're not good enough or you're going to mess up.
Oh, yeah. I know those thoughts.
We've all been there, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to let them spiral.
Oh, totally. So this tip is all about challenging those thoughts.
Yeah.
Like actually asking yourself, is that really true?
Mm.
Or am I just catastrophizing?
Yeah. Getting some perspective.
Exactly. And sometimes just that act of questioning those thoughts can really take away their power.
Right. Because we often take those thoughts as facts.
Yeah, like they're the truth.
Yeah. And just realizing they're just thoughts can be so freeing.
Exactly. It's like, okay, I'm having this thought, but it doesn't mean it's true.
Exactly.
I love that. So what's another way that we can kind of combat those negative thoughts?
Well, one really powerful technique is called cognitive reframing.
Okay, I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's basically like hitting the reset button on how we're viewing a situation.
Okay.
So, for example, imagine you're about to give a presentation and that dreaded I can't voice pops up.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of letting it take over, try reframing it to I'm prepared, I've practiced, I'll give it my best.
Oh, I like that.
It's about shifting your perspective to a more positive and empowering one.
Yeah, it's like giving those negative thoughts a taste of their own medicine.
Exactly.
Awesome. So that's tip one, challenge those negative thoughts.
Love it.
Tip number two is all about focusing on your strengths.
Okay.
Now, we all have them,
I do.
even if you don't always feel like it.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to see them in ourselves.
Right. But they're there. So this tip is all about taking the time to actually acknowledge and appreciate your accomplishments, big and small.
Yeah, like making a list of things you're proud of or
Mm.
times you've overcome challenges.
Totally, because when you focus on your strengths, it's like building up this reserve of confidence that you can draw on when those doubts start creeping in.
Right. It's like creating your own highlight reel.
I love that. That's such a good analogy.
It's so true.
So instead of dwelling on your mistakes or shortcomings, you're choosing to focus on what you do well.
Yes, and that can be so empowering.
It really can. And you know what else can be empowering?
With that.
Action.
Ah,
That's tip number three.
I like where this is going.
Because sometimes the best way to overcome self-doubt is to just do the thing you're afraid of.
So true. Sometimes we get stuck in our heads.
Oh, yeah. Analysis paralysis.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we think ourselves out of taking any action at all.
Totally. But when you actually take that first step, even if it's a small one, it can really build your confidence and help you realize that you are capable of more than you think.
Yeah, it's amazing how empowering it can be to just start.
Right.
Yeah,
And I think that's true for so many things in life, not just overcoming self-doubt.
absolutely.
So tip number three, take action, even if it's just a small step in the right direction.
Love it.
And speaking of support systems, let's move on to tip number four,
Okay.
which is all about surrounding yourself with positive influences.
Ah, so important.
Because let's face it, negativity can be contagious.
Oh, yeah, it can bring you down.
Right. But so can positivity.
That's for sure.
So this tip is all about being mindful of who you're spending your time with and the kind of energy they bring into your life.
Yeah. Are they lifting you up and dragging you down?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's not about cutting people out of your life necessarily,
Right. Everyone has their moments.
but it's about being intentional about who you allow to have a significant impact on your thoughts and feelings.
And seeking out those who inspire you and support your growth.
Exactly. Because when you have a strong support system, it makes it so much easier to overcome challenges and achieve your goals.
Absolutely. It's like having a cheering section.
I love that. So true.
Wow.
So we've talked about challenging negative thoughts, focusing on your strengths, taking action, and surrounding yourself with positive influences.
Powerful stuff.
It really is. But there's one more tip that's super important,
Okay, let's hear it.
and that's self-compassion.
Yeah,
Because we're all human, right?
we are.
We're all going to
Like,
make mistakes.
It's part of life.
Exactly. But it's what we do after we make those mistakes that really matters.
That's what defines us.
So instead of beating yourself up for not being perfect,
Mm-hmm.
try to approach yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer to a friend.
Yeah, treat yourself like you would treat someone you care about.
Exactly. Because when you're kind to yourself, it's easier to bounce back from setbacks and keep moving forward.
And that resilience is key.
It really is. So those are our 5 tips for conquering self-doubt. Challenge those negative thoughts. Focus on your strengths. Take action. Surround yourself with positive influences. And practice self-compassion.
So good.
And remember, it's a journey, not a destination.
It's so true.
There will be ups and downs, but with these tips, you'll be well equipped to handle whatever comes your way. So as you continue on your journey to greater confidence, here's a thought to ponder: what's one small action you can take today
Ooh, I like this.
based on these tips to boost your confidence?
Love that.
Keep those highlights coming.